Hello everybody, so today I'm going to show you on how you can go ahead and I'm going to show you on how you can go ahead and actually make a very detailed tutorial. I don't want you people to be able to Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. This is the most requested and most commented video. So everybody, most people, let's just say the majority requested I do a pan tutorial. So I'll be taking you step by step on how you can go ahead to do so. And believe me, this is going to be one of the easiest and understandable tutorial you'll ever come across. So first thing you can see here, I have my drafting paper and I have my ball marker. I have my scissors, some rulers and French curve that I'm going to be using later. And I also have measuring tape, which is very important when it comes to pattern drafting. So First thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by drawing a straight line, which is going to be the waistline. I will come here, rule a straight line right there, even though it is already straight, but I need to just do so. I'll rule my straight line just all the way to that side. Now that I am done drawing that straight line, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead now, mark from the waist to the hip depth. Normally, waist to hip depth is normally between 8 and 9 inch, depending on how tall you are. Mine is 8 inch. And for this 8 inch, I'm going to go ahead and minus my waistband from there. So whatever waistband you're going to be using, if it is 2 inch, you will minus 2 inch. If it is 1 inch, you will minus 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and minus 1.5 inch. Then I'll be placing up my tape right here. From that 1.5 inch, I'm going to move now to, let me place it here at the side. I'm going to move now to all the way to 8 inch. Now, after marking that 8 inch, the next measurement we need to get is the cross depth line. How do you get your cross depth line? Divide round your hip by 4. Then you take how do you get the cross depth line? Divide round your hip by 4. Okay, round hip divided by 4. If you're making a fitting pan, go ahead and add 1 inch to it. If you are not making a fitting pan, go ahead and add even 2 inch. If you're making a palazzo, if you're making a high waist, you can add 2 inch. But I'm making a fitting pan, so I'm going to go ahead and add 1 inch to it. So I have my 8 inch, which is right here, and my round hip is 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5 plus 1 inch. I will be left with 10.5, which is right there. The next measurement we're going to move on right now is going to be the knee measurement. If you are taking notes, I have not moved my tape, and that 1.5 inch is still right on my start point. My knee line is 19 inch. I will mark that off. Then I'm going to move now to the length of my pant, which is 36 inch. I'm going to be going with 36 inch for the pattern, okay? 36 inch. I'm going to mark that up right there, 36 inch. Now that I am done marking that 36 inch, 36 inch. Now, if you notice from the the crush depth line, there is still one measurement lacking. We just moved to the knee line. We are going to go now and mark 3 inch from the crush depth line. That's going to be the lap line. So my 3 inch is going to start from here, 11 and a half. 12 and a half is going to be on the 13 and a half. This is my lap line. So I have all my points mark. I'm going to go ahead now, rule straight line on each point right there, just like this. I'll rule my straight line. I'll come here and do the same thing right there. I'm going to come on the lap line and rule another line. I'll do the same thing here on the knee line right there. And I'm going to move now to the length of the pants. I'll also rule a straight line right there. Now we have all our lines already already drawn, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and level it up. This is the waistline. Here is the hip line. Here is the crush depth line, okay? Crush depth line. Here is the lap line, and here is the knee line, and here is the length of the pants. So once we are done leveling them up, the next thing we are going to do right now is to go ahead and take our measurement and divide it into 4. So I'm going to take my round hip, divide it into 4. The round hip I'm working with, my round hip, we already divided into 4. I'm going to repeat it again, so you should really go ahead and understand and focus on whatever I'm doing here. So I will take my round hip, which is 38 divided by 4, and I'm going to be adding 1 inch to it, okay? So 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9 and a half. I'll add 1 inch to it. I'll be left with 10 and a half, which is right there. That 10 and a half, I'm going to move all the way to the, to the hip depth line. I'm going to also do the same thing right there. 10 and a half right here. Okay, now that I am done marking that 10 and a half, I'll go ahead now and rule a straight line like this. Can you see what I've just done right there? Now that we are done drawing that line, the next thing I'm going to do, let me extend this line a little bit more. Okay, so I am going to go ahead now, rule. I've connected this line, I've connected this point here. The next thing we're going to do right now is to go ahead now. I will be adding up my crush extension. To do so is you're going to take 1/4 of the hip. Remember, 1/4 of the hip, which was that 9 inch, not including with the allowance that we have there, okay? Which is 9 and a half, not not 9 inch, 9 and a half. Remember, is round waist, round hip divided by 4. Then whatever answer you get, you still take it and divide it again into 4 to get the crush extension. So this is my 1/4 of my round hip, okay? I'm going to go ahead and fold it over like this. Automatically I've divided into 2. Then I will go ahead again and fold it again like this. Automatically I have divided it into 4. So I'm going to go ahead now, place that point. Where is it though? Let me know if I'm making a mistake. So I'm going to place that point. I will have to repeat this up again. Sorry about that. But take your time. Fold it over like this. And I'm going to go ahead and fold it again over like so. So whatever I have, I'm going to go ahead and extend it up right there. Okay, I'm going to extend it up right here. Now that I have that extend up, the next thing I'm going to do is, we don't want to connect this part too deep, okay? To avoid it from being too deep, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here like this. I'll just go out from this point here. I'm going to go out by 1.075, closely to 2 inch, but not 2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that point. You see what I've just done, right? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab this up. I think this one is going to work better. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this up. I'm going to grab this up. Remember this point. So I'm just going to go ahead. Like I said, don't make it too deep. Let's see. So instead of going out, you can just do 1.5 inch. You can do 1.075 is good. 1.5 inch is good. I don't want to make this too deep, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this point, connect it up from here all the way to this point. You see what I've just done there, right? It is not too deep. Avoid making it too deep. The next thing I'm going to do right now is to come here like this. I'm going to go ahead and put my measurement. So before I go ahead to put my measurement, I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch right there, and my measurement is going to start from that 1/2 inch inward. So I will put 1/4 of my round waist. The round waist I'm working with is 28 divided by 4 is going to give me 7. Then I'll add my 1 inch for my darts, making it 8 inch. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead now. I'll be connecting this point up all the way to that 8 inch that I have just marked right there. Look at what I am doing there, okay? Connect it up like that. Can you see what I've just done? Can you see what I've just done there, right? Now that I am done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is I am supposed to go ahead and come down here. You know, the front, you need to go ahead, go down. I will just do 1/2 inch from this point, from that 1/2 inch that we went down. I'll go down by 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to connect this point to meet up that 1/2 inch, okay? Do it. I have a lot of ruler right there. Don't mind me, okay? So I'm going to connect it up to meet that 1/2 inch that I went down. And I'm going to bring that 1/2 inch to meet up my side, the side of the joint, okay? I mean the side of the hip. You're going to go ahead and bring that 1/2 inch to meet up that point right here like this. So once I am done doing so, the next thing we need to do now is to measure up whatever I have from this point all the way to here, okay? Let me check whatever I have there, if it is that exactly okay. Was it 2 inch? Let me know if I make mistake and extend that up. It's not up to 2.5 inch. Let's see. 9.5, sorry, I have to check that up. It's a friendly beginner tutorial, so please be patient. It's not 2.5, it's 2.025. Yeah, 2.025. Which is right there. Okay, yeah, so it's good to go. 2.025. So let me just quickly go ahead and round it up, which is this point right there. I'm just reconnecting that up, okay? So we are done with that part. Sorry, I needed to recheck it because I noticed that it was a little bit too long. So I'm just going to measure from this point right there all the way to this other side. So what I have there is about, I'm going to measure it. What I have there is about 13 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and place up my tape like this. I'll place my tape like this, mark it all the way to that point. It's about 13.075, closer to 13 inch, but not 13 inch. It's, 12.075. Sorry. That point, I'm going to just go ahead and fold it over like this. And I'll place up that tape like this, okay, which is right there. Where is it? Oga. So I'm just going to place it up like this, which is right there. Okay, right there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to make sure that this point we will connect it up all straight like this. All right, I'm going to bring it straight down. That's why I have this ruler here. I bought them on Amazon, so you're looking for something like that, and it's not expensive. I don't know why I even bought this one here. Why? I don't know. I just kept it there in case I need them. So I'll just rule that line all the way straight down, so I will get a straight line all the way. Now that I am done with drawing the line, we are going to come here and put our darts measurement. Remember, I added 1 inch for my dart, so I'm going to be marking a 1/2 inch, both sides, 1/2 inch here, here, 1/2 inch. Take time and go through it. So I'm going to go down from the front. From the waist, I will do 4.5 inch, which is right there. You can go, up from the hip depth line by 2 inch, or you measure 4.5 inch from the waist. Whichever one way you use is fine by the pattern. I'll connect those points up like you can see me doing right here. The next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead now. We'll be putting our measurement, the round lap, the round knee, the round ankle. So my round lap is 24 divided by 2 is going to give me 12. 12 divided by 2 is going to give me 6. So I want to make sure that whatever I have, I'll have to divide it. Automatically, we are dividing that measurement by 4. Remember, my round lap is 24. I first of all divide it into 2. Then I divide it again. 24 divided by 2 is going to give me 12. 12 divided by 2 is going to give me 6. So I'm going to come here from the center line right there. I'm going to mark. This is my lap line, remember? I'm going to mark my 6 inch right there, and I'm going to come here like this and mark 6 inch. Did I even really take down my lap line? Oh, oh, so I've added a lot of weight. So I will come here on the knee line and take the round knee divided by 4. So my round knee is 15. 15 divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. Or 7.5. 7 plus 7, yeah. It's going to give me 7.5, sorry. It's going to give me 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. 7.5 again divided into 2 is going to give me 3.075. Yeah, closely to 4 inch, but not 4 inch. 3.075. I will mark that up here. I'm also going to come here and mark that 3.075. Remember, I'm going to recheck this. Yeah. Okay. Now I will come down to my ankle line, the length of my pants. I will take my round ankle divided into 4, which is 10. 10 divided by 2 is going to give me 5. 5 divided by 2 is going to give me 2.5. I will mark that up here and also come here and do the same thing. Remember, automatically we are dividing this measurement into 4. All right, so I have to connect this point to meet up this point and this to meet up here, and we're going to continue all the way down. Oh, sorry, this point here. So this point automatically is the same, so we're just going to place it up like this. You see, so we'll connect it up from the hip like this. Don't mind, okay. So I'm just going to roll that line with a longer tape all the way, a longer roller all the way to the hand. Okay, I'm going to just come here and blend this. This should have gone like this even. So if you check, this is the line that I made a mistake. This is the line. Okay, you see that? So I'm just going to reconnect this up right there. I'm saying that I made a little mistake right there. See? So just connect this up. Make sure nothing is looking funny like there. Nothing should be looking funny. Blend that up. And I'm going to also come here and bring this up like this. But I'm going to connect this part up from here like that. And we are going to come here, making sure nothing is looking funny right there. If anything is looking funny, you can always go ahead and blend that up. So if you notice here, it's looking funny. So I don't want it to be looking funny. Just going to go ahead and blend it inside. Alright, so you can always make use of your ruler anyhow you want to. I even have a pan curve ruler, Anita. Where is it? That one should have been easy. I have a pan curve somewhere. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring this straight down like that. And if you check here, I don't really like the way it's looking there. So we're quickly going to go ahead and just blend that up like this. I'm going to blend it up. So I'm just going to make it a little bit too fitted. You see, so I'm taking about 1/2 inch here. All right, I'm taking about 1/2 inch right there. Okay, yeah, so we have the front right there. This is for the front. All right, so I'm going to quickly go ahead and cut this up and come back and show you. I'm also filming this, so I don't want to make any mistake. Okay.